Yo, what up, my people? What up? We back. Yes. We are back. Happy Friday to all my beautiful people out there. Everybody, family, friends, subscribers, everybody. We are back. Yes, welcome back to the No Duck Zone podcast, and welcome if it's your first time. I hope everybody's had a great Friday so far, even though it's not over. Peace and blessings to all y'all. We're gonna be getting into some boxing talk. As you can see, we ain't gonna waste no time. Jojo Diaz versus Floyd Schofield. We're gonna get into this boxing talk on this Friday. Right? I apologize because I know I said 6:05, but I had something I was in the middle of, so I had to change it. We're gonna get into it. I got my brother coming up, the underrated one. We're gonna get to this boxing talk, so let's go. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, my people. Underrated.
What's good?
Yo, what's good, brother?
All
My
right.
bad about earlier. My service was crazy when I was in the elevator. Talking to your friend, yo, my joint went crazy. I was like, yo, I can't even. I was taking Tiff to her doctor's appointment. And I was like, damn, I can't even get back on, man. My service was nasty outside, man.
Everything all right with sis?
Oh yeah. You know, we always taking care of.
Yeah,
Health
for
is
sure.
wealth. Health is wealth.
Yeah.
So, you just always got to make sure. I'll have my appointment. She have us. We just trying to, make sure we do our part out here. You know what I mean? That's it, though. But great show today. If y'all missed out on today's show, if you missed my morning chop ups, if you missed Underrated when he went, you might want to go back. Uh, Thank you to our sister 12 who made the live more liver than what it was. Appreciating her, for her hospitality. Um, it was great today, and we're gonna do. I think the three of us, and we're gonna start adding some more people to it. We get ready to do some things. So we already know underrated that on November 8th we have Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin, but then I found out we having Floyd Schofield
Mm-hmm.
versus Jojo Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
Now let's jump right into it, right? Because I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. Because a lot of people be having a lot of negative shit to say, right? Let's be honest. I like this fight, and I don't give a damn what nobody else thinks. Because until somebody can tell me what's wrong with this fight, I don't want to hear it. Because y'all all praising November 14th fight. So until then, y'all can shut up. Because this is actually a real fight. So Floyd Schofield, he should be fighting him. Should be fighting JoJo. JoJo's washed up. Regis Prograis beat him, even though they saying JoJo won. Devin Haney beat him. JoJo done been in some wars. We've been watching JoJo for some time now, probably before we even found out about Floyd Schofield, which he is younger. Um, and when you look at 35 right now, and the so-called king is letting us down by doing what he's doing, but it's okay. We don't cry over spilled milk. You start looking at who's the next big thing at 35. I believe that Shakur Stevenson is probably not going to be at 35 because if he fights Tio, he's going up to 40.
But 40, right?
So that might be a wrap on that. So when you look at it, Jesus, I almost forgot his name already. Keyshawn Davis might not see him back at 35. We don't know. Might not.
Yeah. And
Might see
they
him.
also,
You might
yeah,
see
right.
him though. So you have Abdullah Mason. You got Andy Cruz, Floyd Schofield. You still have to count JoJo, Tevin Farmer, no matter if he just lost to William Cepeda. And then you got William Cepeda, who just took his first loss from Shakur. So you have a few impact players that's still at 35. Yeah, go ahead, Andre.
People talking. I'll be right. I'll be right there.
So you still have a couple impact players at 35 for the guys I just named. Oh, and Lamar Roach. Okay, let's not forget Lamar Roach, and I believe Mr. Gary is campaigning at 35. Now y'all probably thinking he's too old. He's damn near 40. Nobody cares about what y'all think. If he's at 35, that's what it is. So when we look at this Floyd Schofield and we look at Jojo Diaz and we go, the first thing we do is steady us praising it. We go, that's not a fight we want to see because Floyd Schofield should beat Jojo. Once again, I can never say who can beat who and who should do what because Jojo is no slouch. But you guys are so crazy that you can go from praising the guy, and then when a guy doesn't be what you think he should be or what he used to be, we're down in him. I give Jojo Diaz all the respect in the world because when he comes to fight. Um, Floyd Schofield, we seen what he did in his last fight, pretty impressive. Even though we want to see him and Shakur get it on, it's all right. It didn't happen. Every fight is not meant to happen. Uh, I didn't even know this fight was actually happening until I watched the press conference. And I said, you know what? This gives me more of a reason to even watch the fight, even though I was going to watch it. Yeah, appreciate it, Picasso. So when I found out that they were going to fight, I said, oh, yeah, I'm hype about this. This is what it's come to, gentlemen. Not ladies, but gentlemen. Because the ladies understand this boxing a little more than you fellas claim you do. That these are the type of fights we're looking for. Because, you know, when they make these undercards, and the first thing we
Okay.
do is when they make these, the first thing they do, hey, Jeff Spark, what's up? Everybody that's coming in, peace and blessings, smash the like button. Thank you. And even if you don't
Smash it, y'all.
even if you don't smash the like button, thank you anyway for stopping through. So when we make these undercards for these fights, we look at the main events and we go, we need something besides the main event for attraction. What is the undercards like? This Jojo Diaz versus Floyd Schofield, I got no beef with it. Some of you will complain. Some of you won't even talk about it. But it's a great fight to me. Now, if you ask me who do I think is going to win, it doesn't matter. I don't want to predict who wants to win fights anymore. I really don't care. I just want to see great fights.
Right.
That's all I want to see is great fights. Now, somebody's going to go, why is he talking about JoJo? Why is he talking about Floyd Schofield? Because the rest of y'all asses ain't.
Right.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all too busy talking about WrestleMania matches. So why would I not talk about this fight? How could you possibly have a problem with Jojo Diaz versus Floyd Schofield?
Right.
Um, and like I said, at 35, I just named all the guys that's there. Keyshawn Davis, we can't rule him out, but we might have to. Especially he can't get any fights now, so I know damn well make it 35. You know, we don't know, right? But when you look at the landscape of 35, it is very interesting. Even with this guy doing what he's doing on the 14th, it's still interesting, and it's still a lot of noticeable fighters. Jojo Diaz versus Floyd Schofield. Give me your take on that, underrated.
I'm saying Schofield should get the win, but we know as boxing, anything could happen.
Yeah.
You know, anything could happen. You know, Floyd Schofield come with a plan. You know, like you said, Joe Diaz throughout the years, he had been in wars, so he's definitely not out of fight and everything. But in
Yeah.
135, Floyd Schofield is an upcoming star. I mean, it's who you ask. and everything. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna be quick work with Jojo Diaz, but I'm just saying I'm gonna pick. I'm picking Floyd Schofield. But at the same time, I said right now it's a 50-50. Because like you said, Joe Diaz had been in wars, before. And so he do not fight. It's just that his thing that sometimes he run out of gas and he, so that's also going on. But Schofield, I think Schofield is the opportunity for him if he beat Joe Diaz. And there's some people that 135, who cares? But as the people that you mentioned and stuff, I'm looking for them. I'm saying I could be wrong. Again, I'll be the first one to say on this channel. I could be wrong. I don't see some of them fighters that you mentioned going to stay at 135 for long. I believe they're gonna move to 140. And I believe the one to 140, I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it's still gonna be good fights at 135.
Yeah. I was gonna say George Kambosos, but I forgot he just fought Africa at 40. He might need to go back to 35, or his ass might need to retire.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Um, but 35 is still. I mean, this fight right here. When I look at it, I go, this is going to be a tougher fight than what people think because, like I said, they done made Jojo almost like a gatekeeper, and he's able to still get opportunities. I mean, he just fought Regis, so to see him get this fight right here is cool, and I'm glad to see Jojo back in the mix of it because I actually like Jojo, and I still do. He was one of the fighters that I was following coming up. Um, but everybody deserves an opportunity to, or deserves a chance. But sometime in boxing, I feel like they be trying to find ways to get you up out of here. Oh, you didn't learn from this fight, huh? Well, let's see if you can handle this. Now, a lot of people were like, Carlos, what up, what up, what up? Salute, salute. Smash that like button. A lot of people are gonna say underrated. You had a lot of guys out there at 35. How the hell is it that Jojo Diaz got a shot? Because that's always the question. Because either people want to see um, Floyd Floyd Schofield get beat, or they just feel like JoJo's washed up, man. Out of all people, y'all go get JoJo. You know how people think already, and
Mhm.
this fight could be tougher than what people could expect. Because if you already have the mindset that Floyd Schofield is going to wash him, then it wouldn't be no point of you watching the fight. You understand what I'm saying? If you feel like that, and people feel like that. See, this is the stuff they don't talk about underrated. We always talk about breaking down fights and who's in the division and the weight class, the belts, the money,
Mhm. Yeah.
and fights that they been in. But let's be real. Nobody's being real on these channels about. Let's just be real about far as what people feel. If people keep bringing their feelings into boxing about how they feel about something, or they know. I know he's going to beat JoJo's ass. That makes no. I mean, if you feel like that, what would be the point of watching it? Because it's boxing. But okay, but if I know exactly what's going to happen in something, I don't want to watch it. It takes the fun away. I like to be surprised. Let's say if Schofield, even if he goes in there and does what he do, that doesn't mean that JoJo's not going to go in there and give it his all. And this is what people fail to understand. You go to these places and all you hear is that fight makes no sense. He's going to wash him up.
Mhm.
That fight makes no sense because he's a has-been. Why is he getting a shot? Why wasn't it Andy Cruz? Huh? Why wasn't it Abdullah Mason versus Floyd Schofield? Well, that's because Abdullah Mason already has a date on November 22nd. Genius, in case you didn't know. But why wasn't it Andy Cruz? The hell if I know? Y'all ask Andy when you see him. I got no beef with this Jojo Diaz doing that. Got no issue with it. You know, with William Cepeda and Tevin Farmer fought, there was a few people who had an issue with it. And I'm like, what's the issue? Why William Cepeda and Shakur didn't fight? I don't fucking know. They didn't fight then. They at that time they fought already, but at that time they wanted it to be them. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you know, these dudes be having questions that we don't have answers to. Sometimes it's the money. Sometimes they're building the fight. It's all type of things that can happen that can make a fight not happen. The problem is people want to see things when they want to see it. And they think because they asked for it, they're supposed to get it right then and there. But it don't work like that. So now we got Jojo Diaz in the mix. And the first thing that'll come out of people's mouths is that, yeah, Jojo's done. Jojo's a gatekeeper. Floyd, and the crazy thing is, right, Floyd Schofield goes in there and does what he do. We know how this movie goes already. Well, he did that to him. He was supposed to do that to Jojo. But I bet you he can't do it. I bet you he can't do it to Shakur. I bet you he can't do that to Abdullah. And it's like, yo, so if he did it, let's just say if he did it to Shakur, or if he did it to Abdullah, y'all turn around and say, I bet you he can't do it to Tank. Y'all motherfuckers is a bunch of Simon Says ass people. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I started to master people's behavior on when it comes to boxing and how they play this game of I bet you can't. I bet you he can't do this. And you can just never give a fighter his credit. What was you gonna say, Underrated?
No, I'm saying, you can't. When it comes to casual ones or fake ones, you can't please them. You know they, and then it guaranteed they talking about. I don't want to say his name though. The one fight, so-called King fight 135. But what about this fight? Like I said, we just bringing it up, but. I guarantee they're gonna talk about that so-called King and 135. But what about this fight? I'm not saying that we should dwell on it. I feel when it get closer, this is one of the gems on the undercard. This could be. I mean, it's gonna be a good fight anyway. Like I said,
you know why I'm talking about this, Underrated? Because nobody else gives a fuck.
No, you don't.
Nobody cares about this. If this was Floyd Schofield or Abdullah Mason, everybody focused probably wouldn't be on November 14th.
Yep.
But because this is Jojo Diaz, somebody that they feel like is washed up, they feel like he's a has-been. He's a gatekeeper. Why are we talking about him?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, y'all. He's still active. He's still a fighter.
Yep.
So why wouldn't we? I'm talking about it now. The closer we get to November 8th, y'all might do it.
Mm-hmm.
But by then, I'm already on it. Because I don't just pay attention to main events. Undercards count too. So what could either win do for what could a win do for either guy? I think it'll put him in a great position. Because like I said, we still have William Cepeda. We still got a lot of guys around. Andy Cruz, George Kambosos, I don't know if he comes back to 35. I don't know if he retires. I don't know what he'll do. Lomachenko is over for him.
Definitely.
It's quiet. So either win could put a guy in a great position.
Yeah.
And you know, every time you turn around, there's a guy moving up to a different weight class and moving up. So to me, 35 is open now. If you ask me, it's open.
Yeah.
It's available for anybody who wants that top spot. Cause waiting to see what homeboy gonna do on the 14th, ain't nobody waiting for that shit.
No. But you know what I think, brother?
What's up?
I think the people that you mentioned, I believe half of them. I'm just saying, this is my opinion. I think half of them is gonna go to 140. And then we talking about 140, you mean that means 135. It's I'm telling you, the door is gonna be really open.
Well, we know for sure. I don't want to say for sure, but I could say it by just by seeing what I see. Shakur, I think it'll be a wrap for him at 35. Because if we talking him and Tiafimo, we're talking about 40. Something that people might have wanted to see at 35, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see Tio and Shakur. But once again, just because we want to see something, that doesn't mean it's going to happen at that time. There's a time and place. So we already can count. We already can say Shakur, if he's not out at 35, he's damn near out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we look at Keyshawn Davis, who may not, he can make probably 35 if he, but it's no point of forcing your body to make a weight that your body don't accept anymore. This is what people don't understand about making weight.
Right.
Even for us that don't compete. Crush, what's up, my Philly brother? Your body is not accepting the weight anymore. So with your body not accepting the weight anymore, you have to go on to the next weight. And even when you move up in weight, your body might not accept that weight. So now you go, I don't look good at 35. I might have to go back down to 30. I don't look good at 54. Shit, I might have to go back to 47. Vice versa. I can't make 47 no more. I might have to go to 54. See, you can't make your body accept the weight that is not accepted no more. Because especially for these young guys, they haven't even got their man strength yet. Some of them are just touching their man strength. So your body is still developing. I watch fighters in the gym all day, man, kill themselves to try to make these weights and lose weights. I watch what they go through. Miss Knight, once again, you back. Thank you, love. Smash that like button, y'all. And I want to appreciate all my subscribers too. Y'all getting me almost to where I need to be, even though I tell y'all that I don't too much worry about that. But I want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all for what y'all been doing, man. I'll be at 800 soon, but I don't ask for too much. But I appreciate y'all. So people don't understand that sometimes, underrated. It's not just about a guy fighting who you want him to fight. Sometimes, and I'm not making excuses for these guys because these guys know that their job is to make weight. And if you sit here trying to play and flirt with your weight, it's going to catch up to you. It happens. So for, like you said, for a lot of these guys at 35, we've seen some of the 35 go already. We've seen T.O. go. We've seen Ryan go. You understand what I'm saying? We've seen guys go that we didn't think we would see them go. We seen Devin go. I mean, we seen Devin. We seen how he was dealing with his weight. That was crazy. Well, Devin would damn near step on the scale against George Kambosos. He looked like goddamn Skeletor. And I'm like, damn, Devin, you ain't gonna be able to keep doing this, bro. Eventually, you gotta fucking, I don't know, you might have to go up to 40. You might have to go up to 47. You out here looking crazy. You almost look like one of these fiends on 125th Street. But anyway, I got no beef with Jojo Diaz versus Floyd Schofield. If you do, that sounds like a you problem. Okay? Because if the question becomes why didn't Floyd Schofield fight an Andy Cruz or Abdullah Mason, I'm going to say it once again. Abdullah Mason already has a date. Did y'all forget he's fighting November 22nd? If I'm right, am I right or wrong? Is he not on that card, or maybe I'm tripping? Andy Cruz, I don't know what he got going with him. I don't know. And that might have been something too risky for him, as far as Andy. So, just because guys are in the same weight class, it doesn't mean all the time that we're going to get the fights we want. Some fights make sense, some don't. Some fights could get made quick, some take time. Then you got some guys who are just not interested. Sometimes the pay ain't right. I told y'all this before. But you better believe this. Neither man is coming on November 8th to play games. Jojo know what it is. That last the last fight with Regis Prograis, I never watched it, but from what people were saying, he should have got that win. Jojo can afford to really lose this fight, even though it could happen. Because there's only so many chances you're going to get in boxing. There's some fighters that get more opportunities than any other fighter. If y'all ever noticed that in boxing. There's some people who get more opportunities than others. I don't know what position that Jojo's in. So I don't know what'll happen if he goes there. He possibly gets knocked out or he gets stopped by Schofield. This could be his last opportunity. I was looking at something today, y'all. I was looking at this flyer for this fight that's coming up. And I seen Walsh. Muhammad Ali's grandson. I seen him on this flyer for this fight that nobody knows about, some promotional company. And I said, damn, what happened? I thought he was signed with them other people. The same people that his father fought with. Sometimes people are just not, things happen in this sport. You're not putting asses in seats. You're not selling. Maybe your contract ended or people just decided to let you go. Whatever the case may be. This business is, I don't want to say shady, but it is what it is. You got to prove yourself. I like this fight for November 8th. I'm sure a lot of y'all don't. And it's okay. We all can choose what we like and what we don't like. But if you're talking more down about this fight than just sitting back to see what happens, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. This is okay to me. Well, of course it's okay to you. They could give you anything and you're watching. No, they won't. You can't just, in boxing, let me explain something to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just give me anything and I'm going to watch it. Because if that was the case, I'll be watching November 14th. And even if I did want to watch it, it'll be two reasons that I will watch it. One, because Gary Antoine Russell's on there. And two, Alicia Baumgartner's on there. That will be only to be the two reasons that I will probably entertain the 14th. Other than that, you can't just give me anything. You can't serve me anything and just think I'ma eat it because you think I'm hungry. I don't starve for boxing. I don't crave for boxing. But you better believe whatever I want to watch that I feel like is entertaining is what I'm going to watch. Hey, Crush, they don't know. Hold on, Crush, put your seatbelt on. Shit finna get hot in here. I'm just keeping it real with you. If it wasn't for them putting them two names on that card, it's quiet. And they knew what they was doing by doing it because they knew they can get people to go over there and watch it. Smart idea. But I got no beef with this Jojo Diaz Schofield. It could put either one of these guys in a great position. Like I said earlier, I feel like 35 is open right now. Anybody can claim it. Just about anybody. Rather if you like the guy or not. It's open just to about anybody. I'm sure at some point we're going to see William Cepeda come back. We can't down him. He got one loss. And he lost to a great fighter. We're going to see him back in there. He still has a lot left in him. I definitely want to see him back. Tevin Farmer, okay, he lost to William Cepeda twice. So they say. I still want to see him back. There's a lot going on at 35 right now. Underrated, what up?
I'm right here. I'm just listening. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, stars. I mean, it could be quite a few great fights could happen 135 in 2026.
Oh, yeah. That
I'm
35.
looking at it
Listen.
also
If Shakur happens to leave, if Keyshawn Davis decides not to come back to campaign at 35 because he might not be able to make the weight no more, because I'd rather see him leave than try to kill himself looking like Skeletor, it's over. Because I'm telling you right now, Abdullah Mason's on demon time.
He's coming.
And I'm telling you, don't be too surprised when you look up, ladies and gentlemen, and we got Abdullah Mason and Floyd Schofield. Don't be too surprised. Now, I know we talked about Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis, but that might be out the window.
Nah.
I'm not assuming, but I'm just saying. But don't be too surprised if you look up and it's Abdullah Mason and Floyd Schofield.
Yep.
Just saying. And keep in mind, we still got to keep our eye on Jojo Diaz and Tevin Farmer. Rather, what you ever feel about them, they're just a part of this 35 class just as everybody else. Until the day that they retire and say that it's over, they're a part of the class just as much as everybody else. But this one right here for November, I got no issue with it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And it's on a perfect card. Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. So November 8th, I don't know what y'all gonna be doing. By November 8th, y'all probably be talking about November 14th, which is a damn shame. Because that's what y'all gonna do. It's a crying shame that we have a great card for November 8th, and you guys are gonna be like freaking talking about this other shit.
I'm telling you, the undercard is lit. Dude. Undercard is lit. So, like I said, what y'all say there?
135 for next year. Like you said, because you always have somebody from 30 that can move to 35. Like when you look at guys like O'Shaquie Foster and Cool Boy Steph, you never know where you might look up and see them. I believe they campaigning at 30. I believe when they fight, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is Cool Boy Steph and O'Shaquie fighting at 26 or 30? I just want somebody to correct me. If anybody know, drop it in and let me know. But at some point, who knows if you look up and they at 35. I'm not saying they will, but you just never know. You just never know. It seemed like yesterday, Cool Boy was just at 22. when he fought in the way. I tell you what, that's a guy you ain't got to worry about moving up. Oh, in the way, that's a guy you ain't got to worry about moving up. I don't think he's interested in that. He might move up one weight class, but I can't see him jumping. I can't see him going to 35. That might be a wrap for that. But it's basically open to it's basically open for anybody right now who wants a top spot because, like I said, Shakur might be on his way out. And if he's talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez, then you might as well say he's already on his way out. Now we have to play the game to see what happens with Keyshawn. Because I don't even know how long that man's suspension was. So we don't know. We don't know. So all we could do is just sit and wait. But while we're waiting to see what everybody else is doing, 35 is decent right now. It's real decent. I'll be tuning in November 22nd to see what Abdullah Mason does. I'll be tuning in November 8th to see what Floyd Schofield and Jojo Diaz is going to do. And with Andy Cruz and all everybody else at 35, William Cepeda, and hopefully Tevin Farmer's coming back and he doesn't get discouraged over his 2 losses. He'll be back. It's going to be funky.
But I could tell you this though. 135 and 140. Those y'all here first on my brother's channel. Don't be surprised. It's going to be some great fights at 135 and 140.
Oh yeah,
It's going to be some great. It's going to be some great fights. Those 2 divisions. Trust and believe. Oh yeah.
I think it's crazy to see the Devin Haney and Brian Norman at 47 it's good. See, right now it's just open, man. It's open, everything, man. From 35 to 47 is gonna be nice.
Yeah,
it's gonna be nice. And guys think that they're getting away from guys by moving to another weight class, but you don't know. Eventually, that guy moves up to come see you. Can we ever get a? You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. Not to get off topic. Maybe there's someday we will see a Devin and Shakur. Maybe. Because I feel like that's somewhere still up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's definitely still up in the air somewhere. Not at 40, but at 47. So that's just what I mean. It might not happen, and if it don't, I'm okay with it. I don't whine and cry about these fights because whining and crying about them ain't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make them happen any faster by crying about it. But I can only hope as a real fan, keep my fingers crossed and go, yo, I would love for y'all to give us that. And if you don't give us that, then all right, it just wasn't meant for it to happen. A lot of things are just not meant to happen. We think it's meant to happen because we asked for it. Yes, the fans should get what they asked for. But I realize if the fighter don't want it, what makes you think he cares about what we want? Like, am I wrong for saying that? Because I say that a lot, but am I wrong for saying that, y'all? You can't want something more than what the other person wants because they're the ones that can make it happen, not you.
Like the old saying said, "Oh, 2 of them got to dance." 2 of them got to dance. So
you understand what I'm saying? You can't want something more than another person because you can't make nothing happen. That other person got to be like, yeah, I want it. The fans want it. So let's stop playing and let's give the fans they want. You know why I respect Sugar Shane Mosley? Say what you want to say about him. When he got in the ring with Floyd after Floyd beat Marquez, right? What he told him? Let's just give the fans what they want. Money made. And we just want to get it on. Because my thing is, if the fighter doesn't want it, I can't get mad with him. The only thing I got 2 choices I could do. I could either be like, well, every time I turn around, this guy's turning down a big fight. He seems to be running away or whatever you want to call it. And then I could just be like, you know what? Either I could keep supporting his bullshit or I could just stop supporting him. And that's what I choose to do. We cannot want something more than what the other person wants, because if the other person don't want it, it's like, all right. And it kind of hurts because as fans, we shouldn't have to go through this. You understand, underrated? We shouldn't have to go through this. We should be seeing the big fights. We shouldn't have to go through this. We shouldn't have to beg for it. We're not Keith Sweat. We shouldn't be out here begging for no big fights. That's something that should be coming natural. But I think the problem is sometimes we rush fights that's either not made to happen right then and there, that they building it up, or like I said, sometimes money always plays a role, and then there's times people are just not interested. Like we be jumping out the window with fights. Like I seen something like we started the David Benavidez and Crawford. Now I read something where Boo Boo Andre said something about Crawford give me a shot, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh, come on. Nah, come on, boo
Hey,
boo.
hey. The fans started that bullshit with the Benavidez. They started that. The fighters didn't start that. The fans started that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, he did that. Remember what I told you now? When he had beat Canelo, people were going to sit there and say, I bet you he can't do that to David. Now look at it. You can't satisfy these people, man. These people don't be knowing what the fuck they want, man. They don't be knowing what they
Yes.
want, bro. This boxing has become a I bet you can't do that. I bet you can't beat him. I bet you can't do this. This is what this sport has become. This is why I don't get caught up in this BS. That's why I don't get caught up in the fucking bum ass conversations that these dudes be having when it comes to boxing. Because ain't none of y'all ever gonna be satisfied. Y'all always gonna find some shit to pick and poke at. And then when you ask them why they picking and poking, because I'm a fan of the sport. Are you? Or are you just a fan of that particular fighter? Like I said yesterday, and I've said other days. Not too many people are going to be interested in Floyd Schofield versus Jojo Diaz. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be interested in it because at least I know it's a real fight and it's not a circus. It ain't a WrestleMania match. They out here giving us fucking ECW fucking matches in boxing. You kidding me?
And y'all okay with that?
They are very okay with it. They are very okay with it. They are very okay with it. Not me.
Exhibition. That's crazy.
This is why I separate myself from everybody else, because I go, I don't care what y'all do or what y'all think. I'm going to do me. Because something is clearly wrong with your mindset. Something's clearly wrong. You understand what I'm saying? I don't. This is why I tell you, I don't focus on a lot of shit that these dudes focus on. Because the shit that y'all focus on has no pinpoint. It has, like, making the same arguments about the same thing every day makes no sense.
No.
Now, if you ask me, all right, McLean, are you comfortable with what we get in boxing? You know why I can be comfortable with what I get in boxing? Because I choose what I want to watch. I choose who I want to support. Y'all act like somebody's putting a weapon to your head and making you. So if you ask me, am I comfortable with what's going on in boxing? I get to choose what I want to support. I'm all right. If I want to see a circus, believe me, there's one that's in Brooklyn right now. If I'm not mistaken, right now that travels all over the world. If I want to see a circus, so I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not
Right.
that nothing bothers me. It's just that whatever bothers me, what could I do about it? If it starts affecting me and making me feel some kind of way towards the sport of boxing, then maybe I don't need to watch boxing no more. Maybe I need to go watch bare knuckle. Maybe. But that's why also I have amateur boxing to fall back on. Because I don't give a shit half the time what goes on professional boxing anyway. But Jojo Diaz, Floyd Schofield, I got no beef with it. But y'all do. Well, it doesn't matter what he do to Jojo. He supposed to beat Jojo. Now, if Jojo beat his ass, you know what y'all gonna say? Y'all know what y'all gonna say? I bet you he can't do it to Tank.
But
I
but
bet you,
Tank fight, but Tank will fight an exhibition. Make it sense to me.
I bet you he can't do that to Abdullah Mason. He can't do that to Andy Cruz. Y'all just a whole bunch of I bet. Let's keep it real. Y'all don't be caring who wins what fights. Y'all just can't wait to say at the end, I bet you he can't do that to him.
And,
That's what
and, and
y'all
let
are.
me, yeah, and let me get this in, brother. How could a prize fighter is willing to fight an exhibition, yo? Let me say it again. How could a prize fighter step down and fight an exhibition?
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna say his name. I think I'm gonna make up a name for him too. Just give me some time.
yeah. I'm gonna be on
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna be on your ass about this all the time because I don't be understanding why y'all acting like somebody's forcing y'all to like what's going on in the sport. Now, there's a lot of things that I could say that ruffles my feathers, but I know there's only we don't have no control of none of this. We don't have no control of. So check this out, underrated, and everybody that's listening. What's going on, BBO? BBO, drop your link. Everybody, make sure they go subscribe to BBO Sports TV. BBO Crush. Everybody, drop your link. We don't
Talk
have
about
no control. We have no control over the business decisions that happen in boxing, but we do have control of what it is we want to support. If that makes sense,
yeah.
we don't have no control over the business of boxing. But I tell you what, I can sit here and say, oh, I'm not ordering that fight. Oh, I'm not buying the ticket for that bullshit. Why would I do that? So sometimes we need to be mindful and stop acting like it's the end of the world because business is not always business to us, but it is to them. Because there's a lot of shit that's happened in boxing, a lot of fights where I'd be like, I'm not supporting that. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna do it. And you know what? It feels good for me to do that because one thing about me, underrated, and the rest of y'all, I'm gonna be my own man. That's just how it's gonna be. And either y'all can accept that or y'all can say, you know what, this ain't the channel for me. I'm gonna go find some channel where they like to put their mouths on. Maybe that would be good for y'all. Maybe that'd be good for y'all. But you ain't gonna catch me doing that over here. I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut. Straight like that. Because at some point, we gotta accept the shit for what it is. But that's the great thing about us being content creators. That the great thing about us being content creators is that we get to create our own content the way we want to, and we can break boxing down the way we want in our own way, and not look at what somebody else do and try to follow them. Because some of y'all look at what other people do and try to follow them. Now, there's nothing wrong with
Yep.
looking at somebody, but y'all go follow behind what somebody do, and you look crazy doing it, and they know that you trying to. They know that you're trying to be them. They'll tell you that it's cool, but soon as you get mad with them, they'll dish you and be like, "Yeah, look at him trying to be like me, even trying to riff like me. You want my spat? You want my spot flash? Well, you ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it." Just saying, man. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about us. We all make our own content the way we want to. Now, just because we might sound a little different from everybody else, that doesn't mean we don't know what we're talking about. That's the unique thing about us. Yo, for real, Crush. You want my spot flash? You even trying to riff like me. Why don't you put your boy in detox? Some. You know what I mean? Some of y'all need to be in detox. Crazy as a fox. Some of y'all need to be in detox. It ain't that serious. Shout out to everybody out there who's pushing their content the way they want to push it. I salute y'all. That's not trying to follow behind somebody. All y'all that's pushing your content and not trying to blend in with nobody, that's doing your content the way you want to do it. I love y'all. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Because nobody can tell you that you trying to bite off anybody's style. You got your own way of breaking down the sport of boxing. Rather, if people like the way you break it down or not. People might not like the way I break down boxing. They might say you crazy. What's wrong with you, McLean? I'm sorry. I didn't know I was here for your entertainment. I'm sorry. But that's the unique thing about it, man. That's why I love this underrated. That's why I'll never give this up. Well, let me take that back because I don't plan on doing it for the rest of my life. So let me take that back. At some point, I'm going to walk away from this. But while I'm here, I'm going to enjoy it and just try to be as honest as I could, whether people agree with me or not.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, this is not called "Do You Agree with Me" podcast. This is called the No Duck Zone, and nothing or anything won't be ducked on here. So we got to do it, man. But I'm excited for this fight. I'm excited for the card. I spoke about, and I'm going to be back to speak about this once we get close to, because if you talk about it too much, you ain't got shit to talk about by the time November 8th get here. But I'm gonna be back to talk about the whole card. I broke the card down separately, but I'm gonna be back to talk about the whole card. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think I got to ask you though, underrated.
Okay.
Since we speaking about 35, what's a fight at 35 you would like to see in 2026?
Um, the young boy, Suma. I can't forget how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I think I know you talking about. Damn, I didn't even mention him too. That's crazy. I'm talking about 35. I ain't even mention old boy, but I know you
I
talking
like
about.
I like to see him with Davis, but I don't think that's going to happen. I
Oh
would like to
shit!
see that fight. I do 135. I do.
Asking for
That's
that would
my
have
that's the fight I want to see in 2026.
asking for that would have been like asking for LeBron James 15 years ago.
Right, but I don't think that's not going to happen because I
Yeah,
think
it's not it's just certain things.
Keyshawn James
It's
gonna
just,
move up.
it's just certain things in boxing that's not gonna happen that we would love, that we would crave for. There's a lot of fights I crave for, but I keep it to myself because then when you explain to people why you want to see that, or people ask you out of all fights why you want to see that, then next thing you know, you got to go through a whole fucking reason of why you want to see it, and sometimes you don't have time to explain. But any of y'all that want to see Boo Boo Andre versus Crawford, you're crazy.
Right.
You're crazy. Some of y'all do a little too much. And even though the people didn't say it, Boo Boo said it. But if y'all entertain that, y'all crazy. Because it ain't going to matter. Let's say if Boo Boo went in there and got his ass whipped, right? They'll sit there and be like, he can't do it to David. I bet you Crawford can't move up to light heavyweight. Let him move up to light heavyweight. Bet you he can't go up there. Like, man, y'all leave me alone with that bullshit, man. This is why I ignore y'all. This is why I ignore y'all and I don't pay no attention to y'all. I laugh at y'all. I laugh at y'all posts. If some of the shit y'all post is comical, and I'd be like, who's gonna believe this? But everybody has a right to post what they feel, right? That's the world we live in. You can't tell people what to post. Just because you don't agree with somebody's post, you can't tell them that. So, I laugh at it. Because people may not agree with what I post. People may not agree with what I say. But everybody's entitled to speak how they feel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't think I have anything at 35. I think Floyd Schofield and Abdullah Mason would be mines.
That'd be a pretty good one too.
I think that'd be mine. You know what would have been mine too? If he the one, Tevin Farmer and William Cepeda. A,
Oh,
tri- a
that's
trilogy? A trilogy?
yeah,
Had Tevin Farmer got that second fight, I would have wanted to see a trilogy with him and
yeah,
William Cepeda.
yeah.
Right here in New York. But shit happens. It happens though. But this is going to be great, man. I'm glad Jojo Diaz got this opportunity. We got a lot of fighters coming back because before this, we ain't see Jojo in a minute. We got a lot of fighters coming back, man. Triple G
Yeah.
it's been rumored that Triple G's returning. Big drama show, guys. Big drama show.
And so that's the middleweight, right?
Yeah, big drama show, guys. Big drama show.
And so I think in boxing next year, I could be wrong, but you're gonna hear it first from here. So anybody gonna copy what I'm saying, I said it first. I think between I said between 140 to 147, I think it's gonna be some musical chairs that's gonna be happening.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Um,
So if y'all see this going on, you hear it first from me on this channel, 9/26, 2025, and I'm gonna stand on it.
yeah. It's possible. Anything's possible in the sport. Sometimes we have to sit back and just be patient and wait to see how all this shit plays out. Is Jojo Diaz overrated? I don't think anybody's overrated. You like
No,
to ask
no,
that
no,
question a lot, College. This to me, I don't. It's not our opinion to say who's overrated. Just me. A lot of content creators like to say who's overrated and who's not. Me, I choose to stay out of that department because we can say they overrated and their skills can say another something else. I mean, everybody has a right to voice their opinion on something. But me, I mean, it's not my job to say who's overrated or not, man. I just like to sit back
Okay.
and watch them fight.
When you see how two fighters getting it on, right? Especially you could die. You could actually die. You can actually die in this. So can't say that. I know. The two is gonna be two people fight. Now, is it gonna be a hell of a fight? I believe it's gonna be a hell of a fight. And even like I said, the undercard is gonna be damn good. And I think that 135 and Schofield and Joe Diaz, I'm not saying that could go up to championship aspirations, but you
Yeah.
never know. You say you never know because, like I said, I believe, and I'm going to repeat this again, between 130 and 147, I believe it's going to be some musical chairs going to be happening.
Um, A lot of people think that they're playing it safe right now by being careful how they move in the division and who they choose to fight or who they not choose to fight. But at some point, whatever weight you at, you're only going to be at that weight for so long.
Yeah.
And eventually, when you get up to that one weight class, it might go down. Yeah, I forgot that you can't say who's over. No, yeah, me, I can't say me personally. Other people might be able to say, but I can't. Yeah, me, it's hard for me to say that. I try not to use that word overrated. I just try not to. It's not that I'm trying to be careful with what I say, but it's hard to judge people on something that I can't get in there and do. Like
And then another fight. Then another fight
I'm,
we solely bring up is Boo Boo Bruce Ennis. Well, I mean, there's some talk that he might, if he cannot unify the belts, unify the titles in the welterweight division, he might be going to 154. I forgot about
oh,
that too.
he's at 54 now already. He's his first fight at
54.
54. His first fight is actually the 11th of next month, which is my mother-in-law's birthday. It's crazy.
Mm. So
I
they prove my
yeah.
point. So
Well, that was something to me that, like I said, we've been said about a year ago. He should have went, but there's a time you have to take your time with it, and he's still young. And the great
yeah,
thing about him being at 54, I'm gonna be talking about him probably not next week, but the week after, because the week after is his fight. So that's like 2 weeks. Um,
and,
it's good for him to be at that weight class because you got Virgil Ortiz, you got Fedora,
yeah,
you got Lubin. I mean, 54 is disrespectful.
yeah. It's loaded. It's
It's
definitely
loaded.
loaded.
It's
People
loaded.
keep on talking about you can't find no fights at 154. I would say, wait, where the hell you been at?
You know what it
There's
is?
fights.
People are only looking at fighters that they're familiar with and that they
Yeah,
know. So they're gonna say there's nothing up there because you want to think because you know two or three fighters and they're your guys. So now you want to make it look like no, there's plenty of going on up there, but people are gonna stick to who they know, who they
right. And
comfortable. Remember, I told you got two type of fans. You got people who are really fans of boxing, and then you got people who are just fans of the fighters. Don't let these people fool you into thinking that they real fans of boxing. A lot of these people are just fans of the fighter versus people
right.
who are just fans of the sport. Yeah, facts. So don't get it twisted. Everybody's not a fan of the sport. If you clearly pay attention to boxing, these dumbass trolls and people that just don't be knowing what they talking about, you got one side, people are fans of boxing, and the other side, people are just fans of a fighter, or a particular fighter. That's the reason why people who dislike Floyd Schofield, this is what they're gonna say. Yeah, he's supposed to beat Jojo Diaz, but I bet you he can't do that to Abdullah. Instead, he's just saying, credits, shout outs to Jojo Diaz for putting up a good fight. And I hope the man's okay after the fight because he has a family he has to go home to too.
Yeah.
But these fools are not going to do that. Oh, these
I'm
fools
thinking
ain't going
about,
to do that. That's being too kind.
you know what I'm thinking about doing? I just came to my mind on my channel, underrated box talk, that whoever gonna change weight classes, I want to talk about that. What's the significant part of it? I think I'm gonna start doing it. I'm not gonna like, oh yeah, I want to wait. I want to wait and see they
Yeah.
legitly change that. But I think I'm gonna talk about that more because I think but I would say this though that Triple G come back to middleweight division. I ain't
I'm
mean to get
actually
upset.
going.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
actually going. I was going to talk about him Thursday, but I might. Depends on what I got going on. But I know next Thursday I'm definitely talking about Ernie Schaefer's.
Definitely, yeah.
I would do Triple G next Thursday morning, but I'm expecting to be busy, so that might not. It might not even be no morning chop up next Thursday, but it definitely will be Ernie Schaefer's though we'll be getting into. But if we do at some point, I might pick a night to talk about Triple G. Like if I don't, you know what? I might start that off next week. I might just start that off next week. There's no really big fights this week. So Monday morning, I might do that. I might do that Monday morning. I'm gonna do the morning chop up Monday morning because I want to keep that going. And then Monday afternoon, if nothing comes up, um, we'll do the Triple G. We'll get that out the way because I got things that I would like to do. But yeah, man, November 8th is gonna be great. Schofield versus Diaz. Can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Everybody, make sure they tune in. It's gonna be a great
Yeah.
one. 135 is looking real talented right now. It's wide open. Whatever homie do after November 14th is not gonna really fucking matter. It's not gonna stop me from watching 35 because he ain't around no more. I really don't care what he do. And it hurts me to. I ain't gonna say it hurts me to say that. I just never thought it would get to that point. And just keep in mind, you channels, and y'all know who y'all are. All y'all doing is making that man more popular than what he is. So no matter how much videos y'all make about him or how much shit y'all talk about him, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep giving him that attention. No, sir. I mean, yeah, I'm glad to see people putting their foot on his neck, but I ain't finna give him no more attention. I'm just saying. But y'all do what y'all want to do. We got other fish to fry in boxing. We got a lot of
Yeah.
other great fighters coming up. A lot of other great prospects. We
Yeah.
got a lot of other great guys that can't keep keeping. We can't keep directing our attention on oh boy because that's not going to change the fact of what's going to happen in November. So keep that in mind. Underrated. I'm gonna get on out of here, man. I didn't want to be on
Thank
too
you.
long. It's Friday. I want to sit back with the missus and enjoy. I
Yeah.
appreciate all y'all. Make sure you please, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I know I'm a wild boy. I know y'all come on here and probably talk about me under your breaths or y'all talk to me about other channels. This guy's crazy. He be talking a lot of nonsense. Okay, cool. Cool. You can call it nonsense. I'm going to call it me being me. And I don't do or say anything for views or subscribers. I'm being me. So if you can't take that, this ain't the channel for you. But for all the people who've been subscribing to me, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna keep giving y'all what y'all want. The morning chop ups, I'm gonna keep giving y'all what y'all want. And as long as y'all keep rocking with me, well, even if you don't, I'm gonna still give people what they want. You know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my man Underrated Darkness, and make sure you go subscribe out there to everybody who's pushing this real boxing content. I will be back. Actually, I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning. Now Saturdays and Sundays I usually take off, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've been on fire on this YouTube shit. I've been on fire, so I want to keep the fire going.
Yeah.
So I'll be back tomorrow morning. Now
Oh yeah.
I won't be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. It's kind of early. I might come back about 9:30 tomorrow morning. So y'all come rock with me. Would you say underrated?
Now I will be back tonight between 9:35 or 10:05 because Ashura Shakur had passed away. She was
Yeah,
one
I
of my
heard that. Yeah,
people. So I'm gonna do a tribute. That's gonna be between 9:35 or 10:05. So if y'all have time, please come. It's gonna be open panel. It's up to y'all want to come. I gotta pay my respects. So I will be
yeah,
back on my channel between 9:35 and 10:05. If it's a little later, just bear with me because a lot of people be on and stuff like that. So sometimes you set up, it doesn't go through. So bear with me on that. So check it out between 9:35 or 10:05.
yeah. All right, y'all. Other than that, man, appreciate y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow at 9:30. 9:30. We're back with the chop ups. Yeah,
Right.
baby. Y'all ain't heard the chop up on a Saturday, right? But it's going to happen tomorrow. Matter of fact, underrated. Why don't we do Triple G tomorrow?
See that wrong with that?
Would you cool with that?
Fine.
If it's
I'm
Saturday,
good.
or I can start with the morning chopper. Which one should I do?
Spoil. I would chop in the morning, do the morning chopper first, and then we always blend in, G.
Okay, we'll do that then. So tomorrow morning we back with the morning chop up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.
Peace.